what's going on because it takes two to tango, and I need to hit his side of the story.
Got you.
So we can see the light, see the You always show up for your friends when they call you, whether it's 3 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon. While it's perfectly normal to want to help your friends in need from time to time, it's also important that you don't take on more than you can handle. It can become unhelpful for you and your mental well-being when you start to care for others at the expense of yourself. So, here are 5 signs that you probably have a rescuer personality. Number 1. You tend to put the needs of others before your own. Do you always help your friends with their problems and ignore your own? The rescuer personality type also goes by a different name, the White Knight. The term has modernly been used to describe someone who would go to great lengths to help others. Today, it's used to describe anyone with an intrinsic motivation to lend a helping hand. Because of this, rescuers may end up only focusing on how to help others and never on what's going on in their own lives. 2. You base your self-worth on your ability to help people. You sometimes ask yourself how you could have done better or what more you could have done after helping someone. Those with the rescuer personality type are often highly self-critical of their ability to help people, since helping others is at the core of their personality. They're always looking for ways to be at the top of their game. Because of this, they may take it personally when someone else proves to be more helpful than they are. 3. You find yourself insisting on helping, even if it's not needed. Do you feel obligated to contribute or to help others? Those with the rescuer personality sometimes look for opportunities to help, even when it may not be needed. For example, your friend may have told you he doesn't need any help to clean up after a party, but for some reason, you still insist on helping. Sometimes this persistence may come off as overbearing to others, which may affect relationships in the long run. Number 4. You have a tough time dealing with conflict. Is it hard for you to accept when your actions may have made others feel worse? Having conflict in a relationship can deeply affect a rescuer, since rescuers thrive off making others feel better, being seen as anything but helpful can negatively affect their self-esteem. While rescuers are often empathetic and kind people, conflict might bring about a defeatist mentality that isn't helpful for their mental health. And number 5, you've been a rescuer from an early age. Have you been helping others since when you were a child? For example, when you spent your younger years taking care of a parent or a family member with a physical or mental illness.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. It's Hump Day, Wednesday. The voice of reason continues his onslaught on the wild and wacky world of relationships. And again, you already know where I spend the majority of my, free time. It's at the Cigar Lounge. So many conversations, so many discussions. And what's interesting is, I was talking to one of my childhood homeboys. You guys heard me talk about him before. He's a rapper, still rhyming, and he's still really dope. He's really fly, in terms of his skill set as a rapper. But he had to take care of his father for the last 10, maybe 12 years of his life. And it took a lot out of him. And he and another gentleman, we got into this discussion about guilty obligations. Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family problems? Like, I get the rescuer personality, the white knight. But am I supposed to be the white knight for your people and they Lil Junebug, your cousin, done robbed a gas station and they got him on film, and now I got to come in with my friends and my resources because I know a lawyer that could help. I want to know how far, right, do your obligations go? Are we just obligated to each other and the family we may create? Or are we also obligated to the family we've joined? Woo, Lord, 1-800-920-1580. This is an open discussion, and I want to talk to you about it. Can one become a type of white knight, right, when it comes to saving your significant other's family from poor decisions? Can you be a white knight to your woman's people or your man's people? You always coming to save them? I was told by a wise woman. She says, when you save people from their calamity, it's like pulling a kid out of class before the curriculum and the syllabus was explained. Sometimes you got to let people crash. You're doing them no favors by stepping in. But where's the fine line, right? What underlying emotions, right? What underlying emotions drive your desire to be the safety net for your significant other's family problems? Are there people out there that are in this position? I want to know. There's snakes out there this big. Classic Ice Cube reference. I'm sorry, Anaconda. But are there people in relationship right now that feel overwhelmed by the problems and the issues that, your significant other's family is going through? Oh, God, your nephew got to move in with us. He just got out. How far do the obligations go? I'm interested to know, how do you define the boundary between offering support and taking on the responsibility of fixing their family issues? Now, everybody got issues. Everybody's got problems. So I am sure you don't have the free time to fix your significant other's problems when I'm sure your family has issues. But I'm going to go the other way on this. I think when you do get with somebody, especially if you're taking it to the level of marriage, you are marrying into their familial dynamic. Now, it doesn't mean you got to be a pushover and get taken advantage of. And it doesn't mean you're responsible for fixing your significant other's problems. But I do believe when you take it to the next level, you're marrying a family, you're marrying a culture, a community, right? And as are they. But how far should you take the family obligations? I'm very interested to see what folk got to say tonight. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. Have you discussed with your significant other their expectations and preferences regarding your involvement in their family matters? That's an interesting question. Have you guys sat down and said, hey, if this goes bad, right, in my life, I'm going to need you to fill this role. I need you in this capacity. I don't need you to overstep and do this, but I need you to do this. Right? How do you balance your own well-being with the demands of being the go-to person for family problems? 1-800-920-1580. Listen, when I come forward, you already know what it is. I'm about to go to the phone lines. I want to talk to my people. I want to talk to you. Bring your city in from all over the nation. Let's go. Yo. I need y'all to hit the like button. I don't know all these new people in here. Listen, these are the rules for the new folk coming in. Hit the like button. This is a smaller audience than our Monday show, but hit the like button. All right? I want y'all to hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm still waiting for the likes to move. Hit the like button, please.
Hi, baby. I love y'all, man. It's been a tough week, man. We barely showing up, man. This little raggedy hat I got from the T-Pain concert. It makes T-Pain make great again, but still it's always consistent. But man, it took me forever to get here yesterday and today. And I'm just so happy. So as the dust settles, I'm just so happy to be with y'all.
She's so happy to be with y'all. Yo. Everybody hit the like button. Come on in. What up, peoples? Miss Woody Woodpecker, what is what does that mean? Xylon. Xylon, you should call in.
Live in a minute.
Miss Woody Woodpecker. That's funny. That's funny. I can't find the like button. Come on. It's a thumbs up, bro. OG Zoe, I'm glad I'm catching this live. What up, fam? Hey, everybody hit the twos and fews. Y'all, hey, y'all lagging on the likes. I asked you to hit the like. Hit that like button. Let's get it. He said I got my tracksuit from Bobby. No.
is you have to keep in mind, they're only after one thing. And that's the highest level source of narcissistic supply. This means that they're going to target the man with the greatest potential to extract narcissistic supply. The greatest potential of providing them everything that they want or need in order to arrive at their goals. Whatever goals these predators have set for themselves.
This clip says warning intense content, so if he cusses or something, I'm cutting it off.
Fame, attention, status. These female narcissists love status, and they're going to target the person that can provide that for them. They're also after shelter, maybe some skill sets, discipline, knowledge, you name it. You name it, guys. And of course, great sex. That's a given. So I really feel bad for the beta males who missed out on sex with a psychopath, because sex with a female psychopath is probably some of the best sex you'll ever had. Let's just keep it real, guys. But I digress, because the truth is, female narcissists use sex as a bargaining tool, and they will take it away whenever they feel they need to in order to exert control over you. They will take it away and use it, wield it as a dangling carrot, as a form of torture, manipulation, punishment, and like I said, control. So maybe you dodged the bullet, that you didn't get far enough to poke your thing inside the devil. It's true.
Oh, wow. Who is that guy? Tell us who that is. Whoa. Now, I don't totally agree with everything he said, but let me just say this. You guys have to realize this, brothers. Good brothers who want to do good by folk. I'm waiting for Andy.
No name. Psychopath Exposure is the page.
Psychopathic Exposure?
Exposure is the page.
But there's no name. Okay. But let me just say this. Guys, the guy that's willing to perform and jump through hoops, to me, he is the problem. Right? In these situations where he may attract a woman that wants to take advantage of him. First off, we got to stop speaking in a ubiquitous way. We have to, there are no absolutes here. We have to speak in generalities, okay? Goofy men perform. That's just what it is. And it is the goofy performers, they were labeled in this clip betas. It's the goofy performer that creates a market for the so-called narcissistic woman to get a supply from. And as the gentleman outlined in the video clip we just played, they want attention. Oh, they want money. Oh, they want resources. They want access to your Rolodex. They want access to your connections, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But if you dress up like bait, don't get mad if the big fish comes along and snatches you up. You dressed yourself up like bait. Now you got obligations because you presented yourself as being one that has resources. You led with your resources. You led with your wallet. So now you mad because somebody's taking advantage of you because you put your wallet on the table while introducing yourself. So I don't like the way things get framed. There's something, the narcissistic woman is out there hunting men down. And there very well may be some women that are like that. But to create what I call a blanket license to say women are like that, and vice versa. Oh, all men are dogs. No, that's not true. That's not true. But you do find people in situations who feel like they have to rescue people from their problems. Now, my question is, if I am a good dude and I got my woman's back and she going through hell and high water, should I not have her back? Now, what are the boundaries? for having her back? Does having her back mean I got everybody in her family's back too? And what if the feeling isn't reciprocated? Like listen, there are dudes out there that, hey, they one phone call away and they will jump through hoops. But I'm talking about somebody you're in an intimate relationship with. Is there such a thing as a guilty obligation? Oh, God, I gotta do this. Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family's issues? Is it my responsibility to come in and be the voice of reason to people who may not know or respect me, or who may not understand what it is I represent? I need to know from y'all. 1-800-920-1580. Sean from Oakland, California kicks it off.
Wow, brother. Well, that is a very difficult question. So, whether or not you take on the whole, problems of your in-laws, and I assume we're talking about people who are married, but we could be in people that are just in relationships, and the extended family, just so I'm kind of on the same page here. If the extended family has all these issues going on and things, it really is a big challenge. But what you have to do is be solid with the communication between you and your significant other. What I always call the better half, because I didn't marry so long. But the significant other and the person that has the family, and they're, causing this very complex situation, right? So if it's money, like I told Andy, if it's money and people need money and you're able to, give them some money to help alleviate, believe me, it's a short-term thing. But if you're able to do that one time, it's not alone. Don't listen to what they say, saying they'll pay it back. No. This is you giving them money as charity. All right? But don't say it. You don't have to say that. But don't expect the money to come back. And don't get mad when they don't pay you back. Because that's a family thing, right? I mean, it's like, look, here's what I can do to help you, but that's it. I'm tapped out now. Whether you're tapped out or not, just say, this is it. This is all I can do. And good luck, and I'll help you in other ways. But that's how complex it gets, because there's major problems where people are really screwing up and doing all that kind of thing. Look, I guess my line is on things that are not money, or if there's some guy that's a racist or discriminating on people and just a bad apple, and it could be a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. That's where I say, no, you can't come to my house. And I think sometimes you've got to draw the line in your family situation. No, you're not coming to my, cookout on Sunday whenever we can get together. No, you're not going to be invited to birthday parties and stuff. You know why? Because you discriminate and you're racist. But when it comes to money, a little more flexible if you can. If you can't, you just don't be honest. Say, look, I would love to help you, but I can't. You just be honest, because, a lot of times people make a lot more drama than there is in that family situation. And that's my 2 cents. But I'll tell you what, man, you're incredible in talking people through these situations. So I would just say, communication is the key, meaning don't shut down the communication, and don't, any type of communication can be repair. So it's okay to repair a breakdown in communication. So that's when I hear what you're saying, that's my 2 cents.
Hey, brother, you already know I appreciate it. You brought Oakland, California in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal. All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. As a matter of fact, Arabia had a point she wanted to make. Let's get Arabia in here. Arabia, what are your thoughts? Because clearly you were responding. So get that mic and tell me.
I'm so empathetic and I'm so sympathetic, but more empathetic. But I had to literally look up the definition of a friend. And if you see compassion, they see affection. But the key word that y'all don't see is mutual. It's been a lot of people.
Wait, hold on. Andy, can we get the church organs? Because Sister Betty Eunice Abernathy, Lord. Yes. Mutuality. If it ain't mutual, I just, Sister Eunice, when we come forward, we're going to revisit the mighty and powerful words of Sister Eunice as she ministers to us on the importance of mutuality, the mutual giving and taking. When we come forward, Sister Eunice has a lot to talk about. Sister Eunice said mutuality. Bet 100, shoot 100 this evening. Gangsta skate with me through this powerful message of mutuality. Hallelujah. Hey, I need callers.
Okay, let's see.
Somebody call me. Hey, Arabia, ask them to call, please.
Don't worry.
I'll tell her, get in here.
Oh, sis, my twin, come on. I know you know what we talking about.
We got Truemonger, we got Mimi, Don Terrace, Young.
I didn't know who was I was throwing him.
Get in here, Don Terrace.
But I want Nazarene, and I want Attila, and I want True.
I want Nzinga. True is already on.
And Nzinga, like my best friends. They're all my best friends.
Deanna.
Brown Eye, like you're my best friend. Like we really talk outside.
Don Terrace.
Tap in, like this shit is really real.
Hey, and can I get y'all to support? Man, yesterday was a terrible day for support.
Twos and fews.
We did like $12.
That's fine.
Deanna, I need you to call in.
But
call me tonight.
That weighs heavy on my heart. I.
Don't be gassing us, Arabia.
What? Excuse me.
Don Terrace. Boy, that boy still got form. Who? Me. My form. Lefty. I was cold. When? No, here's the crazy part. When I was hooping,
I got you. Let me see the highlights.
I did not get really good in terms of shooting.
So your son came reincarnated?
No. Until my 20s.
Okay, good. Show me the footage.
In my 20s, that nigga was I taught myself how to shoot. How I did that, I was watching guys who could shoot.
Okay, how do I pronounce that?
So I learned.
I'm sorry, I just tapped in. I was here yesterday.
Now,
Nzinga.
I taught my son how to shoot.
Okay, then say anything, man.
Hey, what up? Y'all in here? Smoke Up. What up? We appreciate the super chat. Smoka and Xylan Farrell is on the board. Deanna is on the board. She sent me a cash app. Thank you. Yo, what up, Sunspot with Omega Sunlight? He on the board. Let's go for the flow. But I'm unable to call in. Keep soaring. Don't worry about it. We appreciate the support. Is New still in the Big Three? No, his team got eliminated.
You know, if you see my hat, man, it says make T-Pain great again, man.
I think New is
T-Pain was phenomenal, man.
He's on his way to Uruguay.
Truemonger and Zinga, my baby. No, like, I really want to talk to my friends tonight. Because, like, I'm not so calling you a fraud. What's the true definition of
I don't want you to forget your point when we come back.
Oh, no, I got it.
Can I get 2 more callers? Suge Mac 510. What up, big brother Zoe? Yes. Let's keep it rolling. Lloyd Hinton just hit the Cash App with $25. Lloyd Hinton, Truemonger. Yo, we in here. We're at $29.98. 34 minutes in. Come on, y'all. If everybody dropped that 5 spot, come on, man. Support your big brother.
You know, we always supporting our males, but what a friend really look like? What that really look like? Especially in LA, what that shit look like?
Uh-oh. Somebody upset. Smoker back in here. I appreciate you. So, been watching since the Speedy's Comedy Corner days.
Mocha, you in the building?
Boy,
Glad to have your presence.
that was the birth of the Voice of Reason.
This is the perfect show to have you in.
A lot of YouTube spot. Yes, we get a lot of bots over here. We're at 34.97. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody, if you could do it, do it. If you could do it, do it now. If you could do it now. I need 2 callers. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580.
Where my true friends at?
Uh-oh.
Where my true friends at? We friends? Where are my friends at?
Uh-oh. They done got Arabia in her feelings. She asking about her true
I care
friends.
about my family. And friends is different from family.
I know a bunch of... Oh, yeah, I read that. I appreciate y'all, man. We need 2 callers. 1-800-920-1580. Can I get those callers going? Callers, get in here. Callers, get in here. We need 2 callers.
I'm from the show me state. Show me 7, I show you 8. Don't call me. Don't tell me. Show me.
Oh. I see you, Attila. I see you online.
Never heard this song? Friends?
We might harbour in relationships, few attract as much mockery or suspicion as the rescue fantasy. According to this lawyer, a lover, normally a man, becomes unnaturally concerned with finding a partner, normally a woman, who is suffering and unhappy. While ostensibly interested in assuaging her grief, the lover is in reality more concerned with exploiting her vulnerability for what are assumed to be nefarious ends. He is excited, perhaps even sexually, by her sadness, and far from rescuing her, uses her sorrow to aggrandize himself. even before mentioning the horse on which the rescuer might ride into town, this is all meant to, and does indeed, sound properly ridiculous, if not outright sinister. However, it's arguable that the longing to assist someone does in fact occupy a legitimate role in healthy love for both genders, and that we should dare to understand and recognize the appeal in ourselves and our partners. Emotional sanity may be wholly compatible with a powerful, intermittent attraction to distress. It's normal if we're sometimes drawn to and deeply touched by what has made someone sad, what they find hard, what they have until now been very alone with. It is as we discover the fragile sides of someone that we have a sense of what separates them from casual acquaintances, and recognize with relief and a sense of new loyalty how much they share in our own confusion and pain. We can admire people for their accomplishments, their vibrant social life, or their buoyancy of character, but insofar as we love them, it's often because of bits of them that have known suffering, because moments of their childhood were difficult, because they can doubt themselves and are acquainted with melancholy and isolation. Nor should it surprise us if there can be an erotic.
Ladies and gentlemen, guilty obligation. Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family issues? Now, Arabia was having church before we came forward, and now that we've come full circle, I wanted Arabia because she was talking about mutuality. And this clip right here was very heavy too, because he talked about people preying on people that are in need or hurt in some kind of way, right? In other words, coming in as the rescuer, the savior, trying to fix their problems, and doing that from a space of manipulation. But Arabia, before we cover that, the point you were making before we, came forward here about mutuality, finish that thought, because that was very powerful.
It's so powerful that it hurts. Because I found myself being friends with a lot of people that weren't friends to me. To the point that I had to look up the definition. When I looked up the definition, it said mutual respect between two beings. But I can read it for you. A person who's known and with whom has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual and family relations. So we're not romantically involved. It's mutual respect. So, yeah. So to be mutual, you have to be vulnerable with somebody. You have to be exclusive with somebody. You have to share something. But mutual was the word, and that's where I'm at with it.
Hey, she mad right now, and I don't know why. No, I'm just she mad. Don't get in your feelings, boy. When she get on the radio, she get in her feelings. Listen here, it's mutual. You understand? It's give and take. You feel me? I love it. Bet 100, shoot 100. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Arabia. She's on the line right now. Let me get these callers in here because they want to talk too. And man, we all over the country. Let's get some folk in here. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas. What are your thoughts?
Oh, man. No, we're not responsible for our partners and when they're stuck together. They're responsible for that.
But what if they come to you? What if they come to you? Yeah.
I'll listen. I will suggest some things. But it's up to them to work out the work. I'm not going to keep putting in. I'm not going to volunteer myself to always get into it. That makes any sense.
What if certain members of the family like you, and then certain members of the family don't like you? Would you help the family? Would you help the family members that you like or that like you, and would you not help the family members that don't like you? Like, would you draw a line in the sand, so to speak?
For my own stuff, yeah, I would. I only want to help. I only willing to help people who are willing to help themselves,
Mm-hmm. That's
whether
interesting.
they like me or not. Well, I'll be more inclined to help those who I get along with than those who just want to remain in the chaos, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do better or be better,
Mm-hmm.
and if they're not accountable. I'll deal with people who hold themselves accountable versus those who always try to pass the blame on somebody else.
Wow. Wow. No, I get it.
My partner did that. I would let my partner know when they were wrong. I would let their relatives know if they were wrong in the situation.
So
I try not to take sides.
let me ask you this.
If that makes sense.
Let me ask you this, True, because you always have some pretty intricate and interesting perspectives here. We should look at, tell me if I'm right or wrong, we should look at our significant other's family as step family, in much the same way you look at step kids. Now, I'm not saying you treat stepchildren worse than your own children, because if you're in their life, you should contribute to their life as much as you can positively. But I'm using the word step just to make the point that your significant other's people, they're like a blended family. Like they're from the other side of the tracks. They're not your family. They're from the other side of the tracks, and it's like a blended family relationship. So there has to be some work put in, right, in order to build a relationship to where maybe one of them could cross the tracks and come ask you for some help. But if everybody's help, shouldn't your partner step in and be like, no, we have to set up some boundaries to protect you from being exploited from everybody in the family? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that discussion needs to take place.
Break out the phone call.
Unless she's so caught up in the whole issue, to where she doesn't see that, that's a whole other discussion. But I'm going to see it.
But what if she's the advocate? What if she's the linchpin? Like, come on, baby, we gotta help my nephew. Are you there? Are you gonna do it?
Depends on the situation. I may not always do it, but it all depends. If that person is willing to listen and actually really needs the help, yeah, I'll help them. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna keep on doing it if they keep getting into the same mess over and over and over again. That's something I won't do that with my own family.
So kind of like what Sean said, right? Sean said, listen, here's some money. This is a one-time deal. It's not a loan. You don't have to pay me back. It's a one-time deal. I can't help you after this. This is the extent of my help right here.
Because at some point it boils down to being respectful.
Mm.
And if you continue doing the same things over and over again, always coming with a mess, you know, people have a line that they won't, that's not acceptable to cross, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a joint point.
No, I totally agree.
If you're not doing better, man, you need to seek some help elsewhere, because you can't keep running back here bringing chaos and disturbing the peace within our home.
Ooh. I got you, True. Hey, True Monger, Dallas, Texas. You brought us in the building. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, I don't care what city it is, anywhere in the country. Y'all listening to us all over America right now. Get to your phone lines and join this discussion. Guilty obligations. Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family's problems? True is on fire. Yay! That's a nigga throat. You can't be in here cussing.
Sorry.
You got your headphones on. You talking.
I'm saying that.
You know good. Fuck them. Did y'all hear her curse?
I did say it very loud.
She said it twice.
Proud and loud. My bad.
What is going on? Come on, Arabia.
Stand down.
This is if I was Big Boy, you couldn't do this in Big Boy Studio.
No, but we was on. Yeah. So I understand how we did.
Arabia be Arabian. For sure.
Yeah, I'll make sure y'all were being friends to friends that are friends to y'all. This chat room, I hope y'all carry these morals. This shit is not a joke. Like, be friends outside of here. Shit, y'all think y'all getting on this chat room, it's all fun and giggles. Like, be real good people out here. People working recovery and everything. Like, make sure you carry these morals when we step out this room. This is
Bet 100, shoot 100.
oh. Find somebody that inspires you and follow that person. Be a good light. So much suffering in this world. You think this chat room is something to play with?
Facts. Torians do not play about loyalty. Got Arabia fired up. Yeah, she fired up. Hey, True, great call, man. And thank you for the super chat. We're at 59.95.
Come on. We two friends, we mutual, right?
Thank you, Pretty Brown Mimi. I appreciate it. We need 2 callers. Can we get 2 more callers in? I got Attila and Mimi. I'm going to be going to them in a second.
I want to hear from my girls. That will be a mutual friendship. Now the boys, because y'all can't chime in on this, maybe y'all can, but maybe we can have a mutual friendship. Like, can we get $100? Like, let's just make this stuff make sense.
That jumper.
I don't like it. I got feelings too.
Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and
We look good on the likes, though. We got more likes than people, so I'm happy with that.
But we some real ones. We real ones. Y'all do be showing up. Y'all do be showing up.
They do.
They always show up.
Every day.
They always show up. They always show up. We got some.
Yeah, I'm a lefty. I'm a lefty. My son is a lefty.
Yeah, I can believe that.
That's 310-676-7730.
And I can shoot. And I have bounce. Boom. My playlist. Come on, man. This is the kind of vibe I want on a Wednesday afternoon. listening to the voice of reason on the 405, doing 6 miles per hour. Yeah! The voice of reason has returned to KBLA Talk 1580. We're talking about guilty obligations. Let me share mine a little bit. Let me share with you my thought. You love your woman. As a man, I love my woman. Right? My woman need help. I'm gonna help my woman. My woman say her people need help. I'm gonna say, I got your back. But I'm also gonna have conversations about boundaries. I'm gonna have a conversation about duration. How long? And then I'm gonna have a conversation about the resources in question. Right? Because one thing I don't want to do is dry up a resource that we need, right? Trying to help a family member who may not appreciate it, may not respect it, may not value it the way I value it, maybe because I work for it, right? Whatever that resource may be. But, and I don't want to say it's conditional, but I do want to say there should be some type of conditions or boundaries to helping folk. And I know that there are, and I've talked to women around this, there are some men out there who help everybody. And sometimes the woman in that relationship finds herself pulling this man saying, you can't help everybody. You can't do for everybody. And I know it happens vice versa. I know a lot of mothers out there, big mamas and grandmamas, who are out there and they want to help everybody, while at the same time possibly neglecting themselves. Goodness gracious. I shouldn't be responsible for fixing your family's problems. But if my woman comes to me and says, we need your help, I'm not going to turn her down. Who going to turn her down? Call me right now. 1-800-920-15. If your woman came to you and said, look, my nephew, little Ray, you remember little Ray? You met him at the 4th of July party at your uncle's house? Yeah. Little Ray needs some help. How many of you brothers going to turn him down? Because isn't it about community? And when you with somebody, the two families make up the community that relationship represents, right? So it is a slippery slope. Yes, people can and will, if given the opportunity, they can and will take advantage of it, even family. So how does a couple protect themselves from the bleeding heart types in our relationships? The one that says, I got it, I'm gonna take care of it, don't worry. How does your significant other protect that person? Very interesting questions here tonight. Let's get Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida. Mimi, get in here.
Hey everyone.
How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm alive and well. I'm still here. Mimi, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
This is a really interesting topic, and from what I'm getting from you, when you say obligated to help your partner's family, do you mean financially, or did you mean financially?
Listen, I mean in any way possible.
Okay.
Relationships, business opportunities, insight, emotional support, whatever, in any aspect.
Okay. I'm torn about that because in my last relationship with my ex, I loved him a lot. He loved me. Things didn't work out. He was successful. He was doing well, and it was known. I mean, what he had, it was known. But that's not why I was attracted to him. But my family saw that, and he had a really good art.
And, you know, some things went on, and he offered to help a couple of family members. And he asked me what I thought about that, and I said, well, if you feel that's something you want to do, then I'm okay with it. But when someone came to me and said, you know, I need some help with something, and, you know, I know your man has it, I know he's making six figures, I know he's doing well, and I really need it, so can you just, you know, whisper in his ear and just, you know, make it happen? And I said, I just told him, let me think about it.
Wait, no, hold on, Mimi. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold. Just hold on 1 second. I gotta wrap my head around this. Are you telling me somebody from your family recognized that the man you was dating was a six-figure guy and came to you and asked you if you could ask him for some help?
Yes.
Okay, wait, hold tight. When we come forward, I gotta marinate. When we come forward, I'm going back to Jacksonville, Florida. This done turned into General Hospital.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Hold on. What happened? That's what that is. This is what you read in there earlier, right? Huh. Yeah.
Right, so you good?
Revy in here cussing.
That's what I'm saying. Don't be cussing now. You're lucky you didn't go through
I ain't saying
that.
nothing.
In here cussing.
Oh, some hot sauce.
You know they got hot sauce. Yo, we at $59.95. Can we get to $100? We're at the top of the hour. That hour flew by. Double X Posse. I don't know if they got a clean version.
Daddies, maybe. I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
Suge Mac.
How does he maintain his
Again, listen, man. The voice of reason is back. I'm full-fledged right now. I'm turned up. I'm upset. The video has triggered me. Just like I tell the ladies, listen. If you being nice and jumping through hoops and doing the plumbing and grocery shopping and vacuuming her floor and shampooing the carpet, if you're doing all of that because you lack confidence, please understand that your niceness is in fact manipulation. You're trying to use your good deeds as bait. And there are a lot of insecure, low confident brothers out there that don't believe in themselves, that don't believe in the magnitude of their power, and they become a fetish or a plaything for somebody that's looking to take advantage. That's all it is. Okay? Now, sisters, beware of the nice guy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The reason why I tell you that is because oftentimes, the nice guy is really trying to take advantage of you. That's why he's being nice. You'll see. Don't give him what he wants. You'll see the real him shortly thereafter. Now, if he's really a nice guy, he'll move on. But if he's a guy who's used to doing certain things and positioning himself, and if I do this, I'm going to get this response. Listen, ladies, be careful. Okay? Just be careful. Now, the video talked about the beta male, right? Who's a white knight. Right? But that's only a certain type of white knight. There are 5 different categories of white knight. That white knight is going to manipulate in order to get what he wants through being nice, through saving. And then that white knight is only going to save you up to a point. See, if he really gets you going to where you're self-sustained, you've killed his purpose in your life. He don't need to be there no more. So he gonna help you up to the threshold to where you can help yourself. He gonna pull back. Oh, she getting a little too confident. He gonna pull back some. Now, there are women who do the same thing. Guilty obligations. Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family's problems? Andy has a point. He wants to say it. Get in here, Andy. I see you rocking back and forth in your chair. You're fidgeting. You done touched 37 knobs. It did nothing happen, but you touched all 37. Talk to me, man. Then he ain't a nice guy. It's an option he's forced to take. Mm-hmm.
Other guys. It's just that, we just take the nice approach,
Hey,
I
but
don't like the term manipulation.
But Andy, manipulation is what it is. If you subtly doing things with an ulterior motive, unbeknownst to the person you are doing this to, that's manipulation.
Is it an ulterior motive, though? Because, look, I want to get a biddy.
Oh.
Is that an ulterior motive? I'm just saying. I might not be as straightforward,
Okay.
but I am being nice.
But are you being nice with a purpose?
Yeah, 'cause I'm trying to,
That's manipulation. See, I always tell people, if you're a nice person, you're going to be a nice person regardless.
That's just who you are.
If you are a nice person for something, then that's what you're being nice for. You're being nice so you can achieve the outcome. You see? That's what I'm saying. You rarely meet nice people. I'm saying people just nice just cuz. Right? They do. You rarely meet people that are givers just cuz. I give just cuz I give. I'm not giving for anything. I don't want anything in return. I don't get a euphoric sense of I've done a good service to the world. God's going to look at me positive. No, people have certain characteristics, right? If they're really a good person, they're not looking for anything in return, right? But then you have people that are out here trying to fill holes and wounds. And then they put themselves in situations where they become the go-to person, the fix-it guy for people who are chronically broken. So now they have somewhere to be. Captain, save them.
Are y'all hearing what a guilty obligation? Should I be responsible for fixing my significant other's family problem? I don't think so.
But as a good person, I value myself to be a good person. I see myself as a good person. I'm not perfect, but I am a good person at my core. If I love my woman and she comes to me and says, hey, we need your help, I'm front and center. I'm on board. Now, I can recall a time where I had to tell my then girlfriend, I ain't gonna do it. Because I was in a situation, loved this girl to death. She loved me to death. Some of her people love me to death, not all of them. But what was crazy was I remember her mother had moved and she was like, yo, can you help, my mom move? And I was like, of course. What? Absolutely. So I go help her mother move. Now, maybe a month or two later, her aunt is moving. And then her aunt we were getting out of the car in the garage, going to her place. Her aunt saw me. She had a bag. She just rolled the bag to my hand and talked to her niece and was like, you can get him to help me move. Oh, boy. Was that a get out of jail free card for me to act up? I acted a complete fool. I said, you don't even like me, lady. Oh, you didn't think I knew that? I said, guess what? I'm not helping you. You don't even like me. You don't even respect me. You don't even like me. No, I can't help you.
Are you out of bounds?
And then I told my girl at the time, I said, listen, you got to talk to your aunt because that's reckless. She can't just roll up to me and put her bag in my hand. Don't even say hello and then turn and address you. What? I told her right there, hey, we not on the same team. I don't know what this is, but you not getting no kind of perks from me. I don't care what it is. If I got a red pepper flake package from the pizza, I'm not sharing none of my resources. Okay, I'm sorry. I digress. We got callers on the line. Let's get Mimi back in here. Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida. You were saying something quite
profound before we came forward. Please pick up there.
I was saying, my ex, good man, good heart. He was, doing well, making 6 figures. And just to let Trumonger know, I did not share that with my family. He just carried himself in a way, he just moved in a way that, I mean, you knew that he was a businessman, you knew he was successful, and you could just assume that he was making six figures, and he was. But I didn't make an announcement of he's doing really well, y'all. You know, but he offered to help a couple of my family members financially.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know, he asked me what I thought. And I said, if you feel that's something that you want to do, then I'm okay with that. And then a family member, a different family member came to me and said, hey, you know, I know your man is doing well. I know he's making six figures. I need some help with something, so could you just, you know, whisper sweet something in his ear and just make it happen? And I paused and I said, I'll get back to you.
Mm.
And I knew right then and there, I said, we're not doing this. What we're not going to do is use my man. We're not doing that. He's not an ATM. So I went to him and I said, look, my family member needs help. Don't do it. If they come to you, don't do it. And so I went back to them and said, he's not doing it.
Well,
You gotta stop this right here
you
now.
protected your man.
What did you think I was gonna do?
You was gonna be like, my
No.
nephew. No,
I loved him.
no, I like
I
that.
loved him. And he loved me, and he was good to me, and, you know, we had a life together. He's not an ATM. He's not to be used.
I like
If
that.
you use him, you're using me.
I like that. Come on with it, Mimi. Out here protecting your dude from the wolves and hyenas in your family. that was true.
Absolutely. And his family, too, because his mom, she called and asked me, you know.
Now, don't
I
put the
didn't
man's
know.
mama business out there now. Hold on.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Don't talk about nobody mama now. You go.
No, I loved her, and she loved me, but she was asking me, you know, I need some help, you know. He's my son, but I know you can get it from his sugar, so make it happen. I said, what is this make it happen thing? Who am I?
You the go-to person now. Lord have mercy. Don't put that man's business out in the street. I don't want to hear no more of it, Mimi.
I'm done.
We appreciate the call. She brought Jacksonville, Florida in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we're going to Houston, Texas. Mimi talking about the man mama. Arabia.
Can I ask this question?
We got to put Arabia in the sound booth with you. She in here talking.
I ain't saying nothing.
I didn't hear her.
I didn't hear it. Like,
But she was over here.
Yeah, I was doing all that, but I ain't saying nothing. Don't do me.
Okay, so
Y'all got Arabia turned up right now. Boy, this topic.
okay, so I'm on the first date.
Yep.
I just matched with somebody online. They always say, put your best foot forward. Right? Is that not a form of manipulation?
It
on
is.
both
I
parties?
say I put
It
my-
is.
Because, you know what I'm saying? But we want to impress each other,
No,
but we also.
push your first foot forward. Like, bitch, look, this how I am. Negative, gratitude, bitch.
So,
it only get better from here.
so even though it's a form of manipulation, though,
You gonna vote. You
Like,
stupid. You a simp.
is
You
it still
dumb.
bad,
You gonna
though?
get ran.
I would say lead with your true self.
100%.
Your true self is ugly.
Now, I'm just going to be honest
So
because
from an asshole, be an asshole though?
Yeah, first, and then she love you.
That's
do
that's
that.
my point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm an asshole.
But what I'm saying is, it's more about talking about being an asshole
okay,
in the beginning.
okay,
You don't have to show you're an asshole.
okay,
It's about having the discussion.
Listen.
absolutely.
And you're gonna, like for instance, you could broach it this way. You could say, listen, I got a lot of friends, I got a lot of associates and acquaintances.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
if you were to poll these people, most of them would say I'm an asshole.
Okay.
see how you bring that out
Absolutely.
without being an asshole.
I'm
Absolutely.
from the show me state. You
Okay.
show me 7, I show you 8. And these niggas be talking. I'm gonna show you I'm an asshole. If you can show, nigga, show me, bitch. And then I can cook you dinner. Then we
See?
can roll. I'm an asshole.
She been in
Then
here
I'm gonna wanna see
on
if you-
fire.
I want to see if you asshole. Like, how much
So
of an asshole?
You don't
Like,
want to see
shit
that.
turn
Yeah,
me
that's
on.
what. See,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that asshole shit. But don't just tell me.
No,
that.
you don't
Like,
want to see that.
but
because
then
when
if
you-
start from the
what
asshole,
happens
then
is-
it's only up.
See,
Show me your rock bottom, then we can go up.
let me give you a perfect example. Motherfuckers be like, put your best foot forward.
Right.
I've never.
Then motherfuckers believe that's who you are. Then when they see your worst foot, they be like, who in the entire fuck is this person?
Right.
So sometimes you definitely gotta let it be known, like, yes, don't get caught up on the cool, laid back.
Mm-hmm.
There's another side, and it's triggered by A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right.
You gotta have that kind of conversation.
That's a high level conversation.
Hell,
right
motherfucking yeah, it is.
there. You have in 30 seconds.
30 seconds, y'all. I need some callers. Please give me some callers. I need 2 callers. Can I get some callers? Y'all just ignoring the call? Ignoring the call? Don't ignore the call. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason returns to the KBLA Talk 1580 AM airwaves. And we're talking some heavy stuff, man. Is it possible to become a white knight for your significant other's family? They get to tap you as a resource? In the intricate dance of human relationships, the role of the safety net is both admirable and complex. To be the person others turn to in times of distress or difficulty is a testament to empathy and compassion. Yet, beneath the surface of this noble endeavor lies a potential labyrinth of pitfalls, especially when this role extends to rescuing a significant other's family from poor decisions. This phenomenon, right, often referred to as the white knight syndrome, demands a nuanced examination of the dynamics at play, the motivations driving such behavior, and the potential implications for both the helper and the helped. Do you have an urge to rescue folk? The allure of becoming a white knight in the context of one's partner's family is rooted in the innate human desire to alleviate suffering and correct wrongs. It is a manifestation of love, concern, and a genuine wish to see those who we care about thrive. However, this impulse can also be a double-edged sword, right? Leading to a complex interplay of emotions, expectations, and unforeseen consequences. Goodness gracious, you can be a white knight for the purpose of maintaining control over those you help rescue. Yeesh, this is about, I know, it happens a lot, but we're going to talk about it. Let's get these callers in here. Attila, Houston, Texas, get in here.
What up, Uncle John? How are you?
What up? What up? What up? How you?
I'm good. You know, I'm good. Listening. I'm just listening. So I want to kind of like pose a question to you.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole white knight thing with the family, do you think that it's possible that that person is a white knight in their relationship as well, and it's just not addressed?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I believe that. I think that's why that person's significant other has his name on everybody's bathroom. In case of help, call my guy. I think that's what that is, or call my girl. I think that's what that is.
Right. Because I mean, I'm wondering, like with the whole white knight thing, is that like a place of safety for them? Like they feel safe because they know that they're needed. They know that you know, whatever it is that happens, they know that they're going to be that quote unquote go-to person.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, like
Gives
a
them value.
certain level of,
Yeah.
I don't want to say arrogant, and I guess you could be arrogant in that role.
No,
but, like,
it gives them value. It gives them a sense of validation. It's like I'm needed. Right? That it gives them that.
Mm-hmm. So what would you recommend to kind of preempt that type of situation? Like, let's say it's a husband and wife type of situation, and let's say the husband is the white knight in that case. You know, you can't necessarily correlate cold turkey if this is the role or the match that you've been playing. So how would they reach a place of, like, boundary?
But again, first off, you're going to have to recognize that this is your behavior. This is what you do. This is how you get out, right? You've developed this as a coping mechanism for something that is missing within yourself. So again, it's like a supply. It's like validation is a drug. And I'm going to help you to a certain point. I'm not going to help you to the point where you actually don't need my help, but I'm going to help you to a certain degree. And then I get what I'm actually helping you for, which is the validation, which serves as my crack, as my meth, as my, you know, whatever drug, Schedule 1 drug of choice. You're giving me the supply for that. And I think a lot of people who are white knighters are white knighters from that perspective. Now, there are different types of white knighters. Yeah, and I don't know if you've read the book by Marilyn, right? Lamia. You all should. You all should get the White Knight Syndrome, right? It's a very powerful book. I had them on my show before, and they really broke down this whole nuanced layering of what a white knight is, because in the book it talks about that there are 5 different types of white knight, right? And the book is by Mary C. Lamia, right? Lamia, and Marilyn J. Krieger. These are the authors of the White Knight Syndrome, rescuing yourself from your need to rescue others. Very powerful book. But I think Mimi touched on this a little bit briefly. She stepped in to prevent her dude from fixing the problems that were coming up on her side in her family. My question to you, would you protect your man from the hyenas in your family who maybe recognize that he has resources, he has wealth, he has an opportunity to do different things for them? Would you protect your man if your family started to target him for his resources?
Absolutely. I mean, the hyenas in my life are blocked, so he's already, like, protected from that end. I mean, I feel like this. Once you're with someone, especially if you're married, you are a unit. So the same way that I protect myself and have my boundaries, right, in place with my family in that relationship, like, I would kind of hope that he would see that and say, okay, I see how she's dealing with her family, you know, let me kind of follow that, so to speak. But yeah, I don't even know that that's myself. So, like, I'm not going to put my husband or our man in that situation where he's essentially trying to, you know, have all these arms and all these different places, but that's enough. I don't even do that. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Atala from Houston, Texas. If you want to bring your city in the building and join this conversation, please do it right now. We appreciate you, Atala. Thank you for the call. You brought your city in the building. When I come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines because a lot of you have a lot to talk about. Hey, Andy. You hear the background vocals, right? You know who that is singing in the background? Michael Jackson. It's Michael Jackson and Eddie Levert from the OJs. Isn't that crazy? Hey, why y'all lagging on the phones? I don't understand. I've been asking all night, and even my regulars aren't calling in. I don't understand. Where are y'all? It's on. You know the show is about to be over. Where are y'all? Y'all didn't know that all I do, it was Michael Jackson singing on that? Michael Jackson and Eddie Levert? Y'all didn't know that? OJs, and yes, I had to see them as a damn kid. The OJs. Hey, Atala be cooking. I love it. Extra crispy bricks. Yep. No, the show flew by. Like, god damn. Me loving enlightening conversation. No, it was good. We got a good call from Pretty Brown Mimi, Atala, Truemonger. Our folks is in here. We're at 6394. I appreciate everybody. This topic is zooming by. question, though, y'all. Would you block your mama if she stepped out of bounds with your significant? Ooh. Ooh. What happened? What? You came in here smiling. What the fuck? What happened? You cheesing? Yo, everybody hit that share button. There go Arabia. Everybody hit the share button. Let's get some folks in here. What is going on?
Thank you for Mimi for calling in, baby girl.
Mimi killed it.
She
Attila
sure did.
killed it. Mamas can get checked.
And see who you called?
Yeah. Not Zinga didn't call,
She sure didn't.
but Attila did.
Attila called?
Yeah.
What was talking about, Twin? I'm sorry I missed it. Thank you, Twin, for calling. Sorry I missed that.
Blood, this is a hell of a show tonight. It is a good show. We gotta share it. Let's get some folk in here. I can't block my mama now.
So this week I had an interview that actually sparked this conversation, and the interviewer wanted to know about the savior complex, and that has to do with give and take in relationships. And you might notice I don't use a lot of traditional psychological terms. I like to reframe things in Susan language because I find that many of these terms, okay, I understand linguistics and I understand that we need to label and categorize things as humans. We need that to make things make sense. But oftentimes, the very labels that we use to me sound very limiting. and very much an identifier of who we are. So you understand the savior complex. It's the person that rushes in, and their incentive in a relationship is to be of service and save. Now, generally, this is an okay thing to have. I want to go over this long and big history and rootedness of give and take, which goes into relationships. I can guarantee you, most of your discontent that you're having right now, is that you're either giving much more than you're getting, or you're having to take, and that's making you hate the person. So let's go over how this gets into balance and how it gets out of balance. You might notice in human beings that we get our reward center. Ding, 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 ding. We feel good when we are good people. Now, I don't think that's sociologically learned. I think that's inherent in the human animal, and I think it has to do with cooperation and our survival. But regardless, most people like to be good. They like to be helpful. We have an inherent need to feel that we are of value, that our contribution in life has meaning. And that's why we get a very good feeling when we help or when we give. And it has long been known that the way to be a happy person is to be a giver, to give of yourself. That rather than, I need love, I have to have love, give me love. I heard once, a lady told me years ago, if you're feeling lonely and you're feeling unloved and you feel like you desperately need a guy, go out and love someone or something. Do something positive. And it's true. It's the way to reroute it and have command of this. So give and take is a massive part of ongoing attraction in a relationship. So you might have noticed, those of you who are givers, you attract a taker. And you takers, boy, you're looking for those givers. And your antenna is tuned into them. It's a natural draw. Now, it will also be the crux of both of your resentments. So when our savior mentality, which is to be good, gets out of whack, it gets out of whack in our personal relationships and creates unbelievable emotional pain and resentment.
She was on fire. Oh my God. Who is that, man?
Susan Winter.
Susan Winter. And guess what? Our folk in the chat room recognized her. I'm learning right when you learn. I didn't know. Susan Winter. My goodness. She's on fire.
She brings up a lot of great points.
Love
Is organically
reciprocal. You need to understand that.
She said give and take, right? She said give and take is
Par for the course for healthy
healthy relationships. Absolutely, I paraphrase. It is. But what's very interesting, she brought up the mirror of relationship. She said if you're a giver,
You're going to attract
a taker. That's just like John Bowlby's attachment theory.
If you're an avoidant, you tend to
Attract someone who's anxious, preoccupied.
relationship.
Mirrors. Now, watch this.
If I'm this type of person and I'm just giving, and I'm not giving to myself,
Which means, by definition, I'm not really a giver. Let's come on now. We're finna add some context to it. You can't be a giver if all you do is give to other people. If you neglect yourself, then you're not really a giver. You're doing it for an ulterior motive. Now, she said most people
just want to be good
people by giving.
But I'm going to flip it another way. I say most people give
as a down payment for what they actually want from you.
Most people are takers. But watch this. If we're raising a child, don't you know you got to step in? Listen to what I'm about to say.
Step in and prevent yourself
From saving that kid,
from every bad scenario.
because you could stunt
Stunt their growth. by saving them from everything. Sometimes they got to experience a few things. Sometimes they got to go through a couple of things in order for life to kind of season them up a little bit, right? So sometimes being this person that's always going to step in and clean things up actually keeps things as they are, because nobody is growing. We know that the nature of stepping in and helping people is based on having a good heart, right? I want to facilitate change. I want to help somebody. But let's keep in mind, it can lead to dependency, codependency. It can lead to stifled growth. One of the inherent pitfalls of constantly stepping in as a safety net is the potential to foster dependency among family members. While it may seem like an act of kindness, excessive assistance can lead to a sense of entitlement and reliance on external support. This dependency, if left unchecked, may undermine their capacity to develop essential life skills, problem-solving abilities, and resilience. You can't step in. If you're not stepping in saving your kid from everything, you better not be saving no woman or no man. While at the same time neglecting what you need, you can't even label yourself a giver. No, you're an investor. You're a relationship investor, a broker of intimate interactions. You're doing it for an outcome. You're not doing it because that's who you are. Sometimes that outcome is to put the pain away, the pain of abandonment, the pain of lack of validation. Right? I need validation. I need a supply. Let me do something for somebody. A lot of people out there that operate in this way. When we come forward, you thought the voice of reason didn't have something to say on the topic? Wrong. Wrong. When I come forward, more from the VOR. Yeah. What up, y'all? Y'all good? We're at 6394. We've been there for a minute. Wrong. Wrong. Deeds are the down payments. Ooh-wee. Jumper. Yeah, man, I'm looking a little grizzly. I'm gonna have to shave. I'm on wolf status. Never mind. What up, y'all? Y'all good? Is everybody good? I wish y'all would buy the Shrouded Lighthouse. I am good. Thank you for putting the Shrouded Lighthouse and the holographic relationship book links in here. Lloyd Hinton, my brother, thank you for the Cash App support, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just got a notification that Amazon dropped off one of these packages at my house. 30 seconds. Come on, man. Yeah. And it's something I've been waiting to get for a while. You know those little
fruit flies that just be flying around your house, I got some of this fruit fly killer. And you just sit it there next to wherever they fuck around with.
When I get my new house, in like 3 weeks, can you buy me something that smells good for your house?
They smell good.
Yeah.
You talking about? You talking about that thing I showed you?
No, you didn't show me, but you told me.
I got you. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, the voice of reason and his playlist back in the building. That is Faith Evans. That first Faith Evans album, jeez, she was on fire. My goodness, my playlist is my co-host. But we're talking about being a savior, being a messiah, so to speak, for your significant other's family's problems. Listen, man, like I said, when you lock into a woman or a man and you really locked into them, I do believe that you have an obligation to her people as well. I believe that. Within reason. And I think the boundaries, or what I call soundries, those have to be constructed by you and your significant other. And you guys have to hold steadfast to those rules about how you're going to help and to what level you're going to help. But let me hit you with this. Being like a savior type, a relational messianic type, let me just tell you, struggle has a role. There's nothing in the universe that doesn't have a purpose, and struggle has a purpose. Struggle is an essential component of human growth and development. It is through challenges and difficulties that individuals, can learn and adapt and innovate and cultivate their strengths, right? When the safety net is ever present, family members, they may inadvertently miss out on opportunities to navigate their own hardships, thereby hindering their personal growth journey. Listen, I'm gonna help you, but only to a certain degree. I'm gonna help you with conditions. The fact that you can come to me and ask me for help lets me know that I'm in your inner circle, right? But you need to understand that the well that the help you're looking for flows from is not an endless well, right? So, a lot of people don't realize that. And then I will say this too, the power of autonomy. Autonomy, man, it's a cornerstone of healthy development. Autonomy empowers an individual to make choices, take responsibility, and cultivate their own self-concept. The safety net personage, while well-intentioned, can inadvertently strip family members of their agency by helping them. The best thing you could, this goes back to the best thing you remember that old saying, you can give a man some fish, but if you teach him how to fish. So I think help for family members should be about sharing of resources. Like, listen, if you want to make money, you want to start a business, I can tell you the steps you have to do, but you can't come to me and ask me for $200 every other week. You can't do that. Now, I'll show you how to make $200. I'll show you how to put your thing together. But you can't just come to me like Mimi said. What did Mimi say? Mimi said, I couldn't let my man be an ATM. And let's not just reduce the ATM down to money. The ATM could also be wisdom. You know what was interesting? When my son was young, like I said, he paid me one of the greatest compliments that I've ever received, and it came via fatherhood. And, you know, my son is, you know, Inglewood. They was raised in like a little gang area, infested area. So I made sure that I walked the streets and learned all of the kids in the neighborhood. And I would be down at the park playing hoop, you know, and they all knew, like, oh, he not a gang member. He's an OG though. He's older than us. He cool. So I made friends with all the little neighborhood dudes just so they could know, this is my boy, this is my daughter, that's my son. Don't, you know. And it was cool. And then how it paid me back was one day, my son is in high school, I'm at his basketball practice, and I'm talking to him, I'm talking to his friends, actually. And I'm giving them some of the game that I've been giving to my son since he was a kid. This dude is in the 9th or 10th grade. He pulls me to the side and says, say, man, hey, don't talk to them. I said, what are you talking about? He said, listen, you're giving away my advantage. They don't, and he was, I mean, this is a kid. He's a kid. He was like, their fathers don't talk to them like you talk to me or like you talk to other people. Don't talk to them. That was a compliment to me. And this is why I say, in terms of, you know, sometimes we look at the resources, we think it's just money. It's not always money. Sometimes it's presence. Sometimes it's wisdom. Sometimes it's insight, right? And if you know anything about Hollywood, let me tell you right now. Listen, when it comes to sharing resources, listen, you got to pay for some of that. I'm not just finna hook you up with somebody. You know, you got to earn that connection. So I do believe that if you're constantly trying to protect somebody, you're actually eroding their ability to develop resilience. You're eroding their ability to figure it out, right? You're eroding their ability to foster healthy boundaries. You're making them a codependent. Because who else they gonna go to? You see what I'm saying? Because you're always there. You're the safety net. One of my favorite Zen Buddhist quotes is, jump and the net will appear. Not jump when you see the net. Just jump and trust that the net will appear. A lot of people don't believe in those types of, you know, exercises because people are fear-based people. And again, they're trying to be comfortable, but I'm telling you, you don't want to create codependency by always helping, always supporting, right? You support to the extent that you can. Remember, the role of struggle. People need to struggle. This is why I go back and talk about the word Satan. I say, oh, what? He about to go to church. No, I'm not. Listen, Satan, adversity, right? Right? The adversary. Well, Big Mama used to tell me, your life ain't worth living unless you've been through something. And I believe that Satan has a divine purpose that is ordained by God himself. I think that is a spiritual personal trainer designed to push you to reach your highest goals. And if you quit, you fall into hell. But struggle has a purpose. The cultivation of resilience has a purpose. And sometimes we get hit with spiritual, issues that cause us to be stronger than we ever thought we could be. So, again, I started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. The voice of reason is always on fire. I'm back in here tomorrow with another slapper. Up next, you already know what it is. RSVP with Jill Monroe. The fire continues. The voice of reason. I'm going forward. I'll see you tomorrow. Yep. Great show, y'all. Appreciate y'all. All right, we got to get all of this trash out of here. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Deuces.